What he says.
Quiet! Quiet!
Side, side,
Throw your hand on the floor. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep your hand on the floor.
Put your hands in the air.
Put your hands on
Put
the
your hands in
floor.
the air. Yeah.
I was surrendering.
You're being arrested for child exploitation by the police of here in the neighborhood, okay? That's it. That's it.
What he says.
Hey yo, black men, what's happening, man? E aí, preto, mano, você sabe que é bom. Grato por mais um dia. Listen, every time I start my content like that, black man, I'm speaking Portuguese. You feel me? Shout out to Brazil. I love Brazil. I've been learning, I've been studying, and I can't wait to the day when my time comes and it's time for me to go overseas. And guess what? I touched down in Brazil. I'm a good representation for black American men, even though technically I'm not American and I probably won't claim to be American. But guess what? When I open up my mouth, who do I sound like? An American. So guess what? They're going to put me in that same box. So when I go overseas, I'm good representation for black men overseas because guess what? I'm not going down to Brazil, Africa, or Asia, any country in general, and I'm involving myself with minors, right? Now, the guy you watched in the article, I'm sorry, the guy that you watched in the video clip, that was Floyd, right? Floyd, he is a black American traveler, right? I'm not going to put the title of passport bro on him because he said himself he is not a passport bro, right? But what you saw in the article was Floyd. I guess that was Floyd being arrested by I guess the SWAT team from Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, what could you possibly be involved in? But when you really get into it, they said the exploitation of minors. Yo, listen, hold on, black men. When I make this content and I start to talk about the passport stuff, I make that for 10%. Listen, 10% in the States, you're not messing with underage kids. Overseas, you're not messing with underage kids. So again, when I make this content and I talk about brothers going overseas, Floyd is not the archetype. Floyd is not the typical person I'm making content for. I mean, if you guys ever watch this content on YouTube, you know, you can tell this dude is maybe a little bit off. You know what I'm saying? He's on the spectrum. He's not right in the head all the way. And again, that's not who I make content for. And again, to be overseas dealing with minors, come on, black men. Come on, black men. Like I said, I don't make content for these dudes. And it's messed up because, you know, because he's black, we all get put in the same box as him. We all do. For whatever reason, people want to group black Americans together. And like I said, man, when I go overseas when the timing is right, I'm not claiming to be a passport, bro. I wouldn't even claim to be American, but guess what? I got that USD to spend. You feel me? I'm not trying to link up with other brothers overseas unless you're 10%. And I know you're 10% because how you carry yourself. I know you're 10% because when you open up your mouth and speak, listen, you speak with sense. You feel me? So when I talk about this passport stuff, right? First of all, Floyd's situation, he's a YouTuber, right? Yes, you can make money from YouTube. Was Floyd making money on YouTube? I don't know. A lot of dudes on YouTube, you know, they always try to raise up fundraisers to travel to different places. And I'm like, yo, listen, me, I'm not asking for a fundraiser to travel to my favorite country. I'm not asking for a fundraiser. Yo, black man, if you really want to do the passport content, right? Whether you're making YouTube videos, whether you're selling a product online, whatever you're doing to make your money, if you're not making at least 3,000 USD, listen, black men, you have a bunch of videos online, a bunch of guys online. They're going to tell you, listen, you can go overseas with 1,000 a month. No, the fuck you cannot. Listen, if you think you can go overseas making 1,000 a month, guys be talking about you can live in Thailand off of 1K. Black man, you will go broke. Listen to me. All these dudes online talking about you can go overseas with 1,000, go overseas with 1,500, go overseas with 2,000. Listen, your life in the States is not that bad. I understand. Because let's keep it a stack. The main reason why men want to travel, yes, men want to broaden the horizon. Men, you want to gain new experiences. You want to meet new people. You want to see what the world has to offer you. I understand that. I get that, right? That's probably the number one thing guys want to travel for. You know, right after that, it'll be the lower cost of living. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it a stack. The thing that's driving men to go overseas, stay overseas, is the fact that guys are getting more sex. Let's talk about it. When I make content for 10% and I tell black men, listen, you have more options, does that mean that these black men had absolute absolute zero options among black American women? No. I'm just saying that, listen, for whatever low quality is being relegated towards you, you don't have to accept that. So you can go and, if you can get with a 5 out of 10 black women in America, you can definitely aim for a 6 with a Latina, or a 6 with a white girl, or a 6 with an Asian girl. You feel me? And there on and so forth, right? 10%, you're not getting absolute no action in the States. But let's keep it a stack. When you go overseas, you're getting more action, more than probably what you can handle. If you was able to go 6 months, 12 months in the States, no action, listen, when you're overseas, you might go 30 days max, if that, if you probably really have a roster or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you just try to do it one girl at a time, listen, that one female is not going to make you wait 6 months before you guys get together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's really making guys go overseas and stay overseas, is the fact that as a man, you're getting more sex than what you can probably handle. You feel me? So a lot of men, you're content. Let's keep it a stack. I understand. Listen, when you go overseas, yes, your lifestyle changes, your eating habits, they change. You become a healthier person. You're working out more, you're walking more, you're becoming more creative. You feel me? If you're earning back in your home country's currency and you can live overseas, yes, the lower cost of a lifestyle is more beneficial towards you and your money long term. But let's keep it a stack. It's the sex that's keeping men overseas. It's the treatment from the woman that's keeping men overseas. And when you go overseas, listen, like I said, dude is telling you that you need to make 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 a month. These dudes are lying to you. They're trying to sell you something. You feel me? They're trying to sell you something. And again, Floyd, I'm not sure if he was monetized on YouTube, but guess what? They said that he was involved in some kind of organization, right? Because there was multiple people involved who was arrested, but yet Floyd is the face of that organization. Well, maybe not the face, but they want to put obviously the black dude on camera, put him on the TV screen, because why? He's an easy target simply because he's black. I don't make content for those type of dudes. If you really want to go overseas, man, go overseas and you're prepared. Speaking for Americans, if you're an American in the States, right, you're making on the low end, because I think some places in America, people are still make, 2,000 a month. Some people probably make 3,000 a month. Some people probably make 4,000, 5,000 a month. If you're making, let's say, 4,000 USD every single month working your job, you're not trying to go overseas to go make 1,000 a month, live in a small, tiny apartment, and then you have to eat convenience store food every day to survive. No one wants to live that kind of lifestyle just for sex. You feel me? You should want an equal American lifestyle overseas. You want your American amenities overseas. Dude was talking about, man, you can live off 1,000. Again, Floyd was involved with minors because at the end of the day, he's trying to make money. The dude had 5 cell phones. You saw the evidence I had on the screen. Dude had 5 cell phones, laptop, flash drives, SD cards, a rubber duck or the puppet duck mask or whatever, the teddy bear. He had an Apple Watch with a camera in it. Let's keep it a stack, dude. This is not the kind of guys I make content for. I make content for black men. You want to go overseas? Listen, if you do the YouTube thing, you should have at least 2 to 3 YouTube channels bringing in at least 1,000 a month. If you have 3 YouTube channels bringing in 1,000 a month, listen, that's 3 stacks. I'm telling you, overseas, 3 stacks, you're good. Dudes telling you, listen, 1,000, and some dudes might say, "Oh man, you're miserable in the states." Miserable how? Last time I checked, what your corporation is not slapping you in the back of the neck. Last time I checked, most dudes are miserable in the states because why? He's not getting no sex. Let's keep it a stack. The passport thing, the travel thing, it's about sex. Now, is it about sex for every single dude? No, but I do believe sex is the driving force. And then once you get overseas, it's the other it's the other things about the country and the lifestyle that makes you want to stay overseas. But the driving force is the sex. Like I said, passport bros, right? Floyd does not represent passport bros, and Floyd does not represent the average black American traveler going overseas. Floyd is one of one. And like I said, when I make content for 10%, he's damn sure not 10%. I can guarantee you in the States, because I've said it before in my content. Yeah, 10% black women, they're probably not checking for you like that. Or if they are, right, you're supposed to be the stepdad. You're supposed to be the backup plan. You're supposed to be the guy giving her cash apps and not getting nothing in return for your money. You feel me? Everything that's negative towards you, guys like Floyd don't even get that option because let's keep it a stack. Black women in the States aren't checking for Floyd, not even for a stepdad position. So when it comes to really going overseas, again, black men, I understand sex is the driving force. Hold on. Let me just give you guys a breakdown on what you should look for when you go overseas, right? Because I understand, yes, women are important, but it can't be number one. When you go overseas, listen, the country and the city you look for in the country, safety should be your concern. Healthcare, affordability, right? And access to a lease or access to buying a home or renting a home, right? The ease of you moving to that specific country, the taxes on shipping things from America to that specific country, right? The visa options, comfortability, lifestyle, infrastructure, amenities, lawyers, right? How long until the country, will adapt American ideas because Americans or Westerners in general, whether you're American or you're from Europe or maybe even Australia or New Zealand, right? How long until these countries you guys are going to before the country adapts the Western mindset on a social level? You feel me? Right? Guys don't think about citizenship, getting a passport, or some kind of long term visas. You feel me? If you decide to have children in these places, right? Do you want your kid to grow up in this country? How does the education system work in the country? Right? The racial hierarchy, the social constructs, community. It's so many other things to think about before you think about women. So when you go overseas, yo, black man, I understand. Yes, you want to go overseas, sow your royal oats, but it's more to life than just the women. I'm telling you, it's more to life than just the women, black men. So when I make this content for 10%, listen, Floyd, he doesn't represent us. He doesn't represent black men in general. Even 65% simp, Floyd doesn't fall into that category. Anyways, yo, I think that's enough for this one. Again, Floyd, hopefully everything works out in his favor, man, because allegedly, these aren't some light accusations. You feel me? This is not light. Again, you guys ever watched if you guys ever watched a documentary on prison in South America, it's not pretty, dude. So again, being a dude like Floyd is tough. But anyways, black man, I'm out. Peace.